Hello, I'm Caren Grown, Global Director for Gender at the World Bank Group. I'm really pleased to be with you at the TalentNomics India and CAS conference. What a wonderful event to showcase women's leadership and the qualities that they bring to public discourse. Although I'm honored to be considered a woman leader speaking to you today, I have to confess to some ambivalence about that. And this may be the case for some of you at this conference. Not only are there many stereotypes about women leaders, which can hit you full force, and sometimes from behind, there's also great backlash against women who seek to become leaders. Backlash, vitriol, and violence, whether it's in politics or in the workplace, or in the top ranks of companies, or even in grassroots movements. But what is a woman leader? Women, more than men, are supposed to be nice and kind, to be consultative, to be democratic in decision-making, to lead from behind, and not to be overly tough or domineering. A woman who shows too much emotion is seen as too fragile to lead, while on the other hand, women who are super professional are seen to be too tough and brusque. Can't win. I think there's some truth, however, to these stereotypes. At times during their careers, women leaders do exhibit all of these characteristics. But this isn't a criticism. In fact, women who are kind and caring bring others along with them. Women who are professional show just how to get the job done. And women who lead from behind frequently do get out in front, creating movements for change. Most importantly of all, women leaders have the inner strength, the toughness to ride out the backlash and to keep going. I can think of many women leaders who exhibit these qualities, who are confronting the challenges that we face today. Jacinda Ardern, Prime Minister of New Zealand, who won praise at home and abroad for her handling of the COVID-19 pandemic. Janet Yellen, former chair of the Federal Reserve Board in the United States, who helped steer the U.S. economy through troubled economic waters. And maybe personally and closer to home, the two Gitas in my life. Gita Sen, who was my first professor of economics, who's a global leader on health equity, and Gita Rao Gupta, my former boss at the International Center for Research on Women, who showed a true leader for women's rights globally. These women, and all of those who may not be household names, embody several qualities: strength, smarts, determination, integrity, and an ability to navigate their roles with both tactics and humor. Passion for the world that they want to live in, that they want to create for their families, for their communities. And probably most importantly, a strong sense of being true to themselves. I would be remiss if I didn't mention the men who facilitate women's leadership. I had an 8th grade teacher in math. He did not believe that girls could learn algebra. But that only pushed me harder to show him that I could do better than the boys. But I would rather prefer men who take a different approach, encouraging, recognizing, and celebrating women's achievements and who support them along their journeys. I think here of Malala's father, who believed in her and other girls' rights to an education and in their strong abilities to learn and to succeed. I think of Justin Trudeau, Prime Minister of Canada, who, when asked why 15 of his 31 cabinet ministers were women, said, "Because it's 2015. And I think in my own life of the man who encouraged me along the way, most recently the Deputy Administrator at USAID, who worked with me to produce one of the U.S. government's strongest policies on gender equality and women's empowerment in the U.S. government. Women leaders need male allies, and male leaders need to see the value of the women who lead with them. And with that, I want to wish you a stimulating conversation at this conference and steadfastness in your own personal journey to become the leaders that you will in your own way and in your own sectors. Thank you.